You've probably seen those perfect glowing smiles in Hollywood or on Instagram, and you might think to yourself like, hey, that person probably got veneers. That sounds like a great idea. Maybe I should get some for myself. But what if I told you deep down behind some of those veneers, there are some serious problems. And some of these problems might make you rethink whether or not you want to get a set of veneers. So in this video, I want to go over some of the dangers of getting veneers and why sometimes you really should absolutely avoid it. But at the same time, I want to go over some good cases of getting veneers and when it actually makes sense. So what are the dark sides of getting a veneer? So a veneer is different from a dental crown because a veneer is thought to be a lot less invasive. You can preserve and maintain a lot more tooth structure and still get a really nice, good-looking smile. There's a lot of different ways that veneers can be done. Sometimes you don't have to remove any tooth structure and you can just add tooth structure on top. And sometimes you might have to remove a little bit of tooth structure to get a good result. The thing to keep in mind is once you remove tooth structure, it can never get back. Your enamel is the one part in your body that cannot repair or heal itself. So once you lose your enamel, it's gone for good. And there's always a risk anytime you work on a tooth. Anytime you start to remove tooth structure, you start to get closer to the nerve inside the tooth. And this can make the tooth more sensitive. It automatically puts you at a higher risk of getting cavities. And sometimes what people are getting aren't even veneers. Yes, sometimes people are being lied to. Now, this doesn't really happen in the US. This usually happens when people go overseas to get cheap dental care done and they think they're coming back with a full set of veneers. I've seen this happen way too many times. Like people try to get these turkey teeth where they try to go get a hair transplant, they try to get the teeth whitening, and they try to get these veneers all done in one. They try to come back like a new person. But a lot of times when they go overseas to get this cheap dental care done, they're not getting veneers. They're getting full-on crowns, and very aggressive crowns, to put it one way. Instead of coming in with very minimally prepped teeth and still having a lot of their natural tooth structure left, what a lot of people come back with is very drilled down teeth. Their teeth literally just turn into these tiny stumps, and then these crowns are glued on top of them. Now you have to deal with that for the rest of your life. And sometimes these crowns will pop off, and sometimes their teeth will get really sensitive, and sometimes the whole tooth will break at the gum line, and then you have to get that tooth extracted. I had a patient pretty recently who went down to Mexico to get some of his veneers done to get his teeth looking nice and white. He came back with very aggressive crowns. Every single one of his teeth were crowned. And these crowns were drilled down really close to the nerve inside of his teeth. I'm telling you, there was like barely any tooth structure left. And then what started happening is one by one, his teeth started breaking. His teeth started breaking right at the gum line, where there was literally just the root of his tooth left and then nothing else. The rest of his tooth was just in his bone. So to say the least, he ended up getting a denture on the top and a partial denture on the bottom because he ended up losing all of his teeth one by one. There is a huge difference in invasiveness with getting a veneer versus a crown. And even a crown, a lot of times the way they're prepped can be very overdone. The other problem with a lot of these veneers and a lot of these, like I call turkey teeth, is the results don't even look good. They come back with these like toilet bowl white looking teeth where all these teeth look like chiclets or piano keys, and there's no real anatomy or surface, and they just look way too unnatural. If you make a tooth look way too white, it's not gonna look good. It's gonna look so obviously fake that you don't want it anymore. Or the teeth look too bulky, or they just start to irritate the gums, and the gums aren't healthy, and if the gums aren't healthy, then the teeth still won't look good. Or they have these open margins, and these margins are trapped for bacteria and plaque, and then you're more likely to get cavities underneath them. There can be a lot of problems. So basically what I'm trying to say is just because an option is cheaper when you go overseas, it doesn't mean that it's worth it. I would rather just have ugly looking teeth and not have to deal with all those problems. You're still gonna have to pay money for it. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to get these set of veneers, just know that it's something that you're gonna have to deal with for the rest of your life. And you potentially might not be even getting veneers. I've just seen too many cases of this on social media. So make sure you know what you're getting into. Now, that being said, there are some alternatives out there. So for example, some people just wanna get nice looking teeth, but they don't really know their options. So sometimes all you need is to get some Invisalign or braces just to kind of straighten your teeth in the right place and then get some teeth whitening. You'll be amazed how many people will be happy with those results that they will never ever want to consider getting veneers, because there's nothing that can replace your natural teeth. Your natural teeth are really hard to replicate. We can try to do it with veneers, and some dentists are really, really good at it, but a lot of times it just does not look as good as your natural teeth did. Now, that being said, I don't think veneers are bad. I think they're actually really great and a really great tool for a lot of people to improve their smile. I just don't think they should be the first option. I think a lot of times they should be the last resort, especially if it's just an aesthetic thing. I think you should always look at something that will preserve your tooth structure first. And definitely avoid going to someone that's going to over prep your teeth. So just be really skeptical if the dentistry is being done really cheaply. So I think veneers do make sense if you have like chipped enamel, or if you just don't like the shape of your teeth, or there's like some severe staining where whitening alone will not get rid of. Or if you have some issues with your teeth that you don't want to wait for braces to take care of or Invisalign to fix, you just want to get it done right away, then yeah, those are some good options for veneers. But you also want to make sure you go through the right dentist. You don't want to go through someone just because they're cheap. That is the worst thing you can do when it comes to anything cosmetic. And the last thing you want to do when it comes to your teeth, because once someone shaves some of your tooth away, it's not going to come back. Some dentists can even give you like a mock-up, so they can like take a scan of your teeth or take an impression and kind of show you before you get any veneers what your teeth could look like. And you can even just talk to your dentist and be like, hey, how much tooth structure are you planning on removing? Or what am I getting? Are you planning on doing veneers or crowns? Or explain the difference. Whatever you do, do not fall for these viral trends on social media, because you can definitely fall into the wrong hands. And just know that you can still have a great smile without destroying your teeth. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked that video. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel below, and I will see you in the next video. Dentists don't want you to know this. Most dental treatments are completely avoidable. That's right, that cavity, that gum disease, that root canal you need, or that implant you need can all be completely avoided. The truth is, your mouth has the power to heal and protect itself. The only thing is, this comes down to one key thing,